Griff, where are these folks going to go?
You know, Elizabeth, I've asked them all, and they said, I don't know, because it didn't originally flood here. We're in West Houston, just below the Addicks Reservoir. That, of course, flooding, and they're having to, the Army Corps of Engineers, having to release water for the next 14 to 15 days. And now the mayor's saying mandatory evacuation. This affects about 4,600 homes. And you see behind us the Houston police dive team putting into their Zodiac boats, going in to this area. We've had folks here that were residents that when it was a voluntary evacuation yesterday, they were trying to get in to get their valuables, but now mandatory. These folks going in to get anyone who may be in there out, as this has played out all day. As you mentioned, the power was cut off at 7 a.m. for the purpose of safety. Here is a mother, Amy Eichel, and her daughter, who were very upset about the mandatory evacuation, not being able to get their valuables. Here's what they had to say.
We got no warning to get our belongings out our whole lives. If you would have given us warning, or the Corps of Engineers would have given us warning to get out, we would have evacuated before the water went up. When they called the mandatory evacuation, all these neighbors are gone except the ones that are dead in their houses. Guy three houses down from me, they found him in his house a day or two ago, dead.
So while much of the city moves into the recovery mode, obviously the flooding, a real problem here, Elizabeth, as you look at the Houston PD guys going out. And I just want to give a kudos and a shout out. It's important to remember we're more than a week now after the storm hit, and law enforcement was originally for several days on a 24-hour around-the-clock work shift. Then they moved to a 12 on, 12 off. And you know what the reality is? Hundreds of those officers are dealing with personal disaster themselves in their 12 hours off, going home to find out they lost everything. So my hat's off to them, having watched it up close and personal for the last 8 days.
All Elizabeth? Of us, absolutely. Thank you so much, Griffith. Really a hard story. Thank you for bringing it to us.